Well, that's not what I wanted to do. This is the vlog for August 23rd, 2018. I just had dinner and apparently I had something in my throat and I didn't realize it. But I know it's hard to tell from just that. But as far as the air quality improving, the smoke's gone. Like to a startling level. Yesterday, it seemed like there had been very little change. And then when I went out this afternoon for a walk on my break, it was gorgeous. I mean, it was actually a lot of blue sky, so it wasn't even like mixing up the clouds for smoke or vice versa. It was clear. Now, you can still smell smoke in the air, and that'll probably linger for at least another day, hopefully not all weekend. But the forecast is for rain, which obviously we all desperately need. I really would rather it rain up in British Columbia, but I'm happy to get some here. We've definitely needed it. I've seen a lot of yellow grass in the area recently. I don't know if that's strictly from the smoke or just the heat of summer of July and now most of August having very little rain to speak of. But yeah, having the temperature in the 70s, having clear skies, and a little bit of drizzle this morning has just been a delight. I wore this shirt with an overshirt, or rather with an undershirt, and it's been quite warm, actually. It's warmer inside now than it is outside because of the construction we have at work. Yes, I have construction at work, and then I come home to more construction, and the smell is basically the same in both places. But now the outside air is cleaner, so that's good. I'm not slowly choking on my own air. It's just nice to finally be nice. It feels like it's been 3 weeks, and while the weather was good in Okoboji, we still had the smell of hogs on the air and humidity, and it just wasn't like this. It didn't just feel good to be outside a lot of the time. But this is exactly what I want, to the point where I'm tempted to go for a walk now. But I think doing this this vlog may have actually prevented me from doing that. So yeah, the sun's only going to be up for another half an hour. That's really surprising. So I always forget that the time change is the most dramatic in the window of the equinox. So like it's going to be getting shorter and shorter, and within a month, within less than a month probably, the sun will be setting at 7. But right now it's 8:04 is the sunset for today, and it's 7:32 right now. So yeah, so much for walking this afternoon or this evening. I'm sure it would be dark by the time I got back to my car, even if I drove her to the school. But that's fine. I'm gonna, sadly, probably not gonna be able to walk this weekend because, it doesn't say it's gonna rain on Saturday now, but it is gonna be cloudy. I might just go for a walk regardless. A little cloudy weather is not gonna hurt me. But yeah, the cool air is definitely here to stay, at least for the upcoming week. It's going to be 67 tomorrow, and it's going to stay about that temperature till Sunday or Monday. It's going to warm up to 72, Tuesday 77, and then more rain, 70, 67, 70, 72, partly cloudy. Sounds delightful. This is really what we've needed around here. It's sort of what the entire country, the entire continent has needed. It's a little cool, wet weather to soothe the raging of the earth and fire. My personal life doesn't have a lot of interesting things today. The weather has actually been foremost on my mind all afternoon. I am going to play a little bit more World of Warcraft tonight. And I've been working more on Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. I'm sort of half in, half out for continuing this campaign. If my players told me that they were less interested, they had fun, but they don't think they want to make it an ongoing thing, I think I would be relieved, actually, because there's a lot of stuff on the horizon, especially in September and October, that I sort of want to make a focus of, and I don't know how much time I want to dedicate to D&D. The big thing is that I have a writing bug, and I feel like I want to do maybe a story. See if I can do a short novel in a couple of months, leading up to Halloween, and possibly even bleeding over into NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. Part of me sort of wants to wait until NaNoWriMo to do that, but I've spent a lot of my free time writing notes for this D&D campaign, and it's been fun, but the payoff has been sort of limited. I've sort of felt like I got a lukewarm response from the players on after the first session, the first two parts of the 4-part adventure. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to read them to see. Some of them seem like they were really having a good time, and some of them just sort of felt like, oh, this is weird, and maybe it wasn't their thing. So I don't know. If you're one of my players, leave feedback. You can leave a message. Tell me how you feel and what you want to do. If a couple of players don't want to do it, we might be able to find replacements. I'd love to be able to host here, but the house is still under construction. There's just no room for it. There's no place to play at the moment. And that would have to change before I was able to do the games here. Now, I keep thinking about taking all the stuff I have in this one room, putting it into storage, and that would give us a big space to be able to play. And then when we aren't playing, it would end up being my sister's nursery for when she visits with the baby. But yeah, a lot of things to consider. Anyway, I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better.